Ecomap, I think, and how it's used in parole is pretty unique because you've got somebody already in the community. They've already got their cultural identification, they've got their social networks, and what it does, it enhances the officer's ability to inquire and kind of reflect back with the offender on how these networks are positive and how they could be negative, how they could be improved. And the officer kind of becomes a facilitator of processing with the offender how all these networks intertwine and work and how they can be an impediment or a success or just how they relate to the way that a person lives their life.
Basically what we're trying to do is I'm going to put you in the middle,
Okay.
because you're the one we're talking about, you're the important one here. And we're looking at the different relationships that you have with either individual people or with different treatment providers or just different other
People
kinds
around
of people
me.
in the right
People
in the
around me.
community. And so first we want to identify those, and then once we have them identified, we want to kind of determine what kind of a relationship it is. Is it
Okay.
a very strong relationship? Is it weak? Is it something that's positive for you? Is it something that's causing you stress? So starting with the church then, which we know should be a very big circle for you. And because you say that, I'm assuming that it's a strong relationship that you have with your church. Is
Very
this
strong.
correct?
Very strong.
Okay. Since it's strong, we're going to go ahead and put 2 lines,
Okay.
which is what we would indicate was strong. And have there been any problems there, any
Oh, no.
stresses or anything? Okay.
No.
So this is something that we would make our little arrows going both ways, because the church is giving to you, and at the same time, by you being a member and supporting them, it's going back to them. So that's
Right.
kind of a 2-way thing.
The Ecomap process is one that is so visual, it helps people realize all the systems a family's involved with.
Okay, DHS is food stamps is what you're getting at the moment. Has that been a stressful kind of
The-
relationship?
Well, yeah, because whenever I wasn't working, they told me I could not get food stamps.
Okay.
And that's when you need it the worst, when you're not working. They told me I have to work.
A
Well,
certain amount of
right.
hours to get it. So you would say then that that's maybe a weak relationship at this moment?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And one that has caused you some stress.
Yes.
Okay, and the way that we illustrate that is by putting these little wavy lines kind of up and down, because that's kind of how we feel when we're stressed out.
I think one of the differences that I feel personally since I started doing the Ecomap is that it allows a level of communication with the offender that, first of all, they didn't expect, and second of all, kind of tells them, well, I didn't know that she was so interested in these kinds of things about me, and it just kind of opens up the communication, breaks the ice a lot of times.
The next one we have here is extended family.
Yes. Before I had gotten a job, I was babysitting to try to make it by being a nanny. And there's one family has 6 children, and that's one of them.
Okay, so they're not your actual blood relatives, but
No.
you consider them
Right.
a family. Okay.
Right. I'm Aunt Terry to all the kids.
Okay. Just give me a name that I can use for the
Brian.
circle. The Brian family?
Yes.
Okay.
The other day, my fuse went out in my fuse box.
Right.
I called him. He came over and fixed it. And,
Do they live near?
yeah, just right down the road.
Okay. I hear the things that they're kind of doing for you. Let me know kind of like the relationship
I do
that you
for
have
them?
with them.
And basically just sat and talk, being friends with her,
Right.
with the wife.
Having a friend.
Yeah, you know, kind of like letting her get her anger out, and
Okay. That's very important.
we you know, we talk a lot.
Okay.
And like I told her, you know, if her children do start getting to that point where I need to come get them, I told her just call me.
Okay, so then would you say strong relationship again here?
Yes.
Okay. So again, we're going to do our 2 lines. And sounds from what you described, again, we've got the flow going both ways. So I'm going to make those marks there.
I think the Ecomap is very effective for the parolee because sometimes it's the very first time that they've actually taken a look at the kinds of relationships that they have with people or with organizations. The Ecomap is helpful for us as probation officers because instead of having to read a lot of text, we can look at that and have all the information just there at a glance.
And like I said, I'm going to get you a copy
Okay.
of this because I want you to have it. And whatever you do with it, you know, put
My
it in
new
the drawer.
refrigerator art.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So any more questions? I want to make sure.
No, ma'am. That's
Okay.
it.
All right.
All right,
Well,
thank
thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you.
you for coming in.